Welcome to the Bargain Boys podcast. Welcome to the Bargain Boys podcast. Sorry.
So is the episode sponsored by John G?
Episode is sponsored by John G.
Yeah. We gotta cut this. This episode is sponsored by John G.
Episode sponsored by John G, our presenter. Oh my god, that's it.
The more you think about it, the worse it's going to get.
I know.
So bad.
Don't even say anything yet. Don't even say anything. Just
right.
take a sec to
Pull yourselves together.
pull yourself together.
All
People
been
hate John G
avoided.
so much. I just don't even. I forgot about it.
Car bread.
Oh god.
Oh god, doing. Hold on.
Car bread right here.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Bargain Boys podcast, episode 8. That's crazy. I believe we've had 8 of them so far. So what's on the agenda today? We got.
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah, it
We're
has
back
been a while.
in person finally. Billy Lake.
Back to Billy Lake. All of us back together from wherever we were.
I was here.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. You know, we'll hop into it.
We're breaking bread.
Breaking bread.
What is that? Is that a baguette?
Just a baguette. Baguette.
It's not a
Baguette?
baguette. To be a baguette, it has to have certain ingredients and be baked in a certain way.
This guy.
Oh,
It's like calling scotch. It has to be like made in a certain place
that's right.
and with
It's bread.
certain ingredients.
It's bread, and I got it from Walmart.
It's like all bourbon's whiskey, but not all whiskey's bourbon.
Larry,
I think.
Dan, what would you rate that baguette? This is like a 1 or a 0.
Oh, and see, I don't know any better, so it's like a 7.
Also, you paid USD for it, which doesn't count. If you're paying euros, that's when you know it's real.
How many USDs was it?
It's like $1. $1.47.
$1.50.
$1.47. You know, everyone will talk crap about it, but everyone's picking off it. You know, everyone's like, "Give me a piece."
It's like we're taking communion.
Yeah,
We're just
we're
taking a little
breaking
piece, throw it in your tongue.
It's kind of a great snack because you can it's easy to take around. It's like kind of high calorie. It's dense. I mean, not high calorie, but it's filling. You just get a little piece.
Is this a Coke Zero?
Yeah, I got
What
one.
value does this bring?
Nothing.
Bubbles.
What?
Grabbed it.
That is so
Yeah.
weird.
I grabbed it.
When you need the bubbles, it works.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah. So, ton to talk about. I think
Yep,
we start with Dan. Just go in sequential order here, and then
that works.
we'll talk CCC, and then we obviously got to talk with the champ over here of Hurricane 100K.
Well, we got 2 out of the 3 on the podium, so
Yeah. Where's the guy that got second? We should have had him here.
yeah, hold Josh.
Full podium.
On Highland.
Not even just the champion, the all-time champion.
Yeah,
Course record holder.
That's right. Well, we'll get into all that. We'll get into
I'll
all
give a
that.
It's a preview.
short rundown. Obviously, I was gone. We tried to do a podcast while I was over in France. That was a great trip. I was there a month. You know, stayed with Solomon, which was really cool. We were in the Alps. Also sweet. Everyone's like, they say you go over there for UTMB or you'll go over there to run, and you will not want to run anywhere else. I kind of get it. It's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. It's the most trail running I've ever done. There's like every day I ran trails, which is abnormal for me. So that was cool. My feet shrank. I think 12 and I was 12 and a half. I went to a 12. Now in the S-Lab Genesis, I'm an 11 and a half. My foot has shrunk since starting to run in France. And yeah, that was a great experience. I mean, there's a ton to unpack about that, but it's like, it was just a great time, and
Yeah, so we
cool, but
we tried to have the pod while you were there and like get caught up, and it was kind of tough, really, just broken up. We took what we could from it, but I don't know. Explain that situation. Like, you're over there, you're with a bunch of folks who don't speak great English, so
Yeah.
you don't really know what's going on half the time. What was
Yeah.
just the entire vibe? And
the vibe was good. I didn't understand everything day to day, what was going on. We had a pretty good plan of, you know, what was happening because it was Solomon organized. So we had like, you know, the camp, which I may have said in the last podcast, it was like the first week or so was kind of slated. You know, we would have like, you eat breakfast at this time. These vans go to these routes and run these routes. They had like aid stations along the course, along the route we were running. Get back, take us back, have lunch, schedule massages and stuff. And that was all like in writing for the most part for the first week or so. And then it was kind of, we moved to a different place that was kind of on our own. and that's where we tried to do the pod the last time, but the internet was really bad, and so it didn't upload very quickly. But then you kind of just you were on your own doing stuff, which was cool, but you still had all the resources and place to stay and that people to run with. And then we did decide to do CCC, so I got signed up for that, and that was a cool experience, especially being like considered a top elite. Somehow my UTMB index, which I didn't know I had, was high enough to be in the top elite section, so I got like to enter the start line like at a really nice place and not have to go through a bunch of people. And I think we had our own bathroom somewhere, which was cool because there's like 2,000 people in that race.
So it wasn't you peeing in the start corral?
No, that was UTMB. That was someone in the big race was pissing out there on the start line.
Animal. Animal.
Yeah, we all got this email, and then I saw your Boy Scout Jerk post the email. I was like, dude, that's funny because I just read that. But it was like, you got to do better, guys. You got elites just pissing on the ground up there like horses.
But we all thought it could have been you.
Yeah, we were hoping.
I did pee somewhere that wasn't a bathroom, but it wasn't in the start line. You know, whatever.
So leading into the race, it's fair to say like the pros are at an advantage.
They're at a huge advantage. If they're out there, I mean, most of those teams are out there a month beforehand. You get all these resources, you know. You get special preference on stuff. The only thing that they are at a disadvantage of is depending on the level of elite you are, which I'm not this way, but like some people, they have so many brand and deal requirements that the week of the race is kind of like hectic.
Yeah.
Like you're like walking around, riding a bike, all these places, doing podcasts, doing this, doing that, going to pick up gels, going to get your stuff. Like that kind of a pain in the butt. Like I could see if you had like 4 or 5 sponsors and you're trying to uphold all of your sponsor agreements, that's a pain in the ass. Like there's a lot of stuff to do where normally you just go to the Airbnb and lay around and not have to do anything. But instead you're walking, 3/4 of a mile into town to take pictures for an hour and a half and then walking back where like you normally could have just been like laying down and eating.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a pain in the butt. But it's like first world problems,
Part of the deal, right?
Yeah, it's part of the deal. It's like everything else is so nice that's like the smallest thing you can do.
How much of that did you have to do? Good
None.
amount or not much? Not much.
We did a little thing with Solomon. We took some pictures in a garage bay that they had transformed into a picture booth. And that was it. I had to go get some gels off the Morton people. And then you got to go get your elite bib and like tracker. And then they take you into this other place and you take a picture I don't know if I had a picture. I should have had a picture on the tracker. A picture of me standing there. We took that the day, like 2 days before the race.
Nice. I like the close up of your face.
Yeah.
Was it close up?
The extreme voice up from Solomon.
Yeah, I was in a garage, dude. I had no idea what was going on. They just closed you in. There was no way to get to this. We had to ride our bike, walk over to this other chalet to take these pictures. And you get there, and they're like, yeah, it's in the garage. You meet us in the garage. And you see the garage, and then you go in the house, but there's no way to get there. And then you realize the only way to get in is through the garage door. And so the garage door rolls up, and there's a Solomon athlete in there and like 5 camera people, media people. And it's kind of a small garage, but it's like transformed into like a photo booth. And they walk out, you walk in, and then they close the garage door. And you're just like locked in there.
Nice.
Oh, we're not letting you
It was very creepy.
So I'm not the only one with makeshift studios.
Nah, dude. They'll turn any room in a chalet into a studio.
I'm sure any
Or a
race
massage
chalet was
parlor.
built to be. That's perfect for a chalet, though. You could make anything.
Yeah.
It's already pre-built like that.
My favorite room was the sauna, which was outside, actually. They had like a nice barrel sauna at the last place we were at.
Didn't it break?
No, that was at Valsenice it broke.
Oh.
But in Chamonix, the one we had an inside sauna or outside sauna. It was nice. It had heated up really quick.
Better than the Huntington Y?
Huntington Y is nice because you just show up and get in.
It doesn't even heat up. It's always hot.
It's always hot.
It's always like 200 degrees.
Hot and
Always
ready,
hot.
dude.
Yeah.
That's the Little Caesars of sauna.
There's always some boys in there just to shoot the shit with. It's awesome. We had a great conversation last time. It was
Old
awesome.
man just bearing it all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We had great. It was full house last time we were there.
it was tight.
Mm-hmm.
It was tight. You don't want to be tight in a sauna. No, not a YMCA sauna.
And then you sent me a picture of your last supper, and the people at the table was kind of like
Yeah,
real, right?
Yeah,
Walk
I've-
through that.
somehow, befriended people I didn't think I'd ever be friends with. So I ended up having dinner with like Sally McRae, Max and his girl or his fiance Mackenzie, Ben Shapiro, Billy Yang was there.
I
Another
think is it Matt Shapiro?
Matt Shapiro.
Shapiro's the,
Matt Shapiro, and then
Sort of bench crew.
yeah,
What is that, UTMB?
I don't know. And then yeah, just people who were there. It was cool talking to them and seeing people. It's like anything, you see people like that or other runners that are professionals, and everyone's real people.
Yeah.
Everyone's like cool.
Yeah.
Especially if they're trail running.
Because they're probably kind of thinking the same thing about you. Like, you've been this mythical figure from afar, like this.
I don't know if they're thinking I'm necessarily mythical.
Hey, you're at the table.
They're like, that's true. They're like, Crocodile, how was that? I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. Wasn't bad. That's my one trick. We'll ride that one for as long as we can. But it was cool. Yeah, just being out there, seeing so many people, and like just talking to everybody. It was nice. So
And
it's
then
great. I would recommend Chamonix to anybody. It's a good place.
agreed. It's sick.
It's not too
probably
big.
the most beautiful place on this planet, honestly.
It's pretty nice.
It's top. It's one of them.
Yeah, it's like
sure.
everything's right there. It's accessible. It's cool. I don't know. The vibe is good. Which, being there during the UTMB week, I guess the whole town transforms, and it's always super outdoorsy, but I think it's more like runner. Obviously, it's more runner focused that week, that month even.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of teams move in, take over whole houses, hotels, and become like ingrained in the community there, training, getting ready. But it was a great experience. It was like, it'll be forever the first time I went out of the country, and that's my first time ever leaving the U.S. It was a month in France, running every day. So,
Pretty high bar.
pretty much the best. The only way I would have left this country anyway, so,
Yeah.
that worked out pretty good.
Well, let's talk about the race.
dude.
We were all following along, but
Yeah.
I'd kind of walk us through just that day.
The race was good. I didn't have any pressure to do any sort of thing there. I just wanted to run, not blow up and not drop out, and finish before it got dark. Those were my three goals. I talked to Ryan Anderson, my coach, and we had thought that a good time to shoot for, if we were shooting for a time, was 11:20 to 11:30. Just based on other Americans' first times there and other results that I've had compared to other people, and just not being familiar with the vertical gain. That's a totally different ball game out there than it is here. But yeah, no stress. Got to stay the night in Courmayeur, which was great. So we didn't have to go under UTMB, under the Mont Blanc, through the Mont Blanc tunnel, which is really long and congested on the morning of. And you'd have to get up at 3 a.m. to get there in time to have enough time for breakfast and stuff, even though the race starts not till 9. But we got to stay in Courmayeur, just walk down to the start, which was a huge bonus. Had breakfast there at the place we were staying. Start was good. Got out well. Didn't get it's a hectic start, dude. You go around this, you start, and then in about 20 yards, you're going around this statue or fountain or something. And I kind of went on the left side, but everyone went on the right side. So then I came back in, and it was it felt like I was in cross country again. There's 100 people you're running with and around and jumping around. But you got to if you want to try to not be in a bad spot, you got to be in the front or in a pack that's moving at the pace you want to move when you hit the first climb, because it goes to single track pretty quick, in the first 2 miles or something, 2 or 3 miles. You're climbing up this gravel road, but then it hits the single track, and then you really start the climbing, and it kind of spreads out, but you're in a pack and you can't really pass because it's really tight. So you kind of got to get into where you want to be, which I felt good. I was in a good spot. Got to the top of the first climb, started descending. Definitely got passed by some people there, and still felt good. Still felt like I was running well.
Being passed on the climb or the descent?
Descent, and then kind of after that, some shorter little climbs, and then I'm not super familiar with the whole course and all the names and stuff, but mileage-wise, I would say around 18 to 20 some. Feeling okay, but not great, and then around 25-ish, kind of had a rough slump of feeling I don't feel 100% great. I can feel what I've done before this race, and then started falling. I fell a lot in the first half, which happens to me from time to time. I fell like 4 or 5 times hard. The first fall was really hard. I was like running. It was after, it's not Champe Lac, it's the La Folie aid station. You come through La Folie, and afterwards there's like a nice semi-smooth like kind of trail after that for a couple miles, but part of it's this gravel road and you're running down it, and there's those kind of wooden troughs that are for irrigation to like let the water drain through, and I stepped on the edge of it, and then my foot slid down inside of it,
Oh God!
and then I just like whiplashed onto the ground because that stopped you instantly. And that sucked because I was running, you know, not slow because we was a gravel road, and I just ate shit really, really hard. And that kind of shook me up. And then after that, I think I fell like a mile later on a bunch of stuff.
Are you just pissed at that point? You're
Hard
just
again.
like,
Well, I was like, man, this sucks. I feel bad. I'm falling really a lot. And so I fell again close to that. And then I fell one more time. I got passed by 2 Brooks guys, but then I caught up to Chris Myers, and him and I were running together. And he was a little bit ahead of me. And then this is when I fell. That was the worst one. It was the third one. I fell, similar thing. I like, foot got janked. I hit the ground on my knees, and then it was so hard and it's a slant that I like flipped forward then, and then like slammed my back, like lower back, which still kind of hurts, on the ground on like a bunch of big like granite rocks. And so then my back started to get really tight, and I like couldn't use my left leg very well. And so I was like feeling bad, couldn't really use my leg, you know, running with Chris Myers. We were both kind of like, we kind of miss home, dude. We were both like kind of down in the dumps, you know, we were both running together, which maybe wasn't good for either one of us, but it was a great time. We had a great couple miles there.
yeah.
And then-
Fred sent us a video, and you're coming into whatever that 8 is, and you're like, my back is.
I destroyed it.
Yeah.
I absolutely destroyed my back. It was not good. It was getting really tight. I was feeling really bad. And then the next aid station, so I came in, I think that was the first crude one. So that would have been, I think it's, gosh, it's like Champe Lac, Ballercine. What's the first one? Triant? I think Triant's the first one.
Sounds good.
And came into there, and they were like, okay, Paul, the nutritionist for Solomon, and then Ryan, the coach, was like, all right, this is what we'll do the next one. So I got to the next one finally, and nutrition was good this whole time. I was fueling really nicely, like between like 90 and 110 carbs almost an hour at the most, depending on what the climbs were like, because I wasn't fueling as much with gels on the uphills just because it's more difficult, but more with calorie like drink. And then, so that was good, but body was hurting. And then I got to the second crude aid station after they had evaluated me at the first one at Champe Lac. Champe Lac might be the first one. It might be Champe Lac, Triant, Ballercine. And so I got to the next one, and they gave me some Tylenol, which I'm pretty sure you're allowed to take. Tylenol, and that's when I started taking caffeine gels. So for the last like 4 hours or so, or 5 hours is when I started taking caffeine gels. And so I took like one of those, and about 40 minutes later I felt, or like 30 minutes later, I felt a lot better. And by the time I got to Ballercine, which is the last aid station before you do 2 really big heinous climbs before the descent into Champe Lac, you know, I'd had probably 500 or 600 milligrams of caffeine, and
Nice.
I was feeling good. The storm rolled in. It was like classic. I was at the last aid station, and Paul's like, it's starting to rain. You're about to climb. The storm's rolling in. Get your jacket out of your, because you have to have all this required gear, like a ton of required gear. And they had the cold gear set you had to have, so you had to have an extra layer. So my pack was like it was about to pop, dude. But I wanted to keep the pass-through pocket on the back. So the Solomon 6-liter vest has a pass-through on the back, 2 bottle flasks here. I wanted the pass-through open the whole time so I could always have a bottle back there if I wanted. So that means I had to put everything in the main pocket. So it was like kind of ridiculous. But Paul was like, dude, take your jacket out of your, he's like, you're in the aid station now. Like, let's take your rain jacket out of your big back pocket and put it in that pocket so you can get it easy, because how are you going to want to put it on? I was like, nah, dude, I'm good. I'm not doing it. He's like, nah, you should do it. And I was like, nah, we're good. So I ran out of there, and it's like I'm freezing cold. I was instantly cold, dude. I was like, damn, Paul was right. But I ran out with Ryan, the coach, because they can kind of run with you a little bit on either side of the aid station, and he's like, Dan, let's get your jacket out. And I was like, Paul just told me that, do that. And I was like, if that's two people telling you something, always listen to your crew. So I stopped right there, took my vest off. I think there's a picture of it somewhere, but took my vest off, took that jacket out, put it in that pass-through pocket, and then like a minute down the line, I took it off. I took it out and put it on, which was a great move because I was warm, dude. And I wore that the whole way, basically up to the top of whatever that what's that, La Flagere. It's like the last big climb you go up. It's basically a ski slope. And I had felt good there. I was running really well, going really, really good uphill. I ran to the top of La Flagere. You do these two big trail climbs, and then you hop out onto this ski slope gravel road that's like probably a half-mile climb. It's pretty steep, but it's exposed. It's a ski slope, and then you get to the top, and then that's the last descent. It's like 4.5 miles down to the finish. And we had ran that section from Valersine essentially to the finish twice in the training camp. So I was the most familiar with that section. And one of the goals I set myself was I'm going to run that whole ski slope section, like no matter what. So I jogged that whole fucking thing, passed a Terex guy on the way up. His team was pissed. They were screaming at him in some language I didn't understand. And I freaking passed him, dude, got to the top and took off downhill. And, finished that thing out. And then got 26th. I went from like 35th to like 26th in the last half. So that's good. It was a strong finish, which I'm happy about. And then they ran some numbers on it. And like the last, from Valersine to the finish, it was like, I had between around the 15th kind of fastest split on the field for that last segment. So I feel pretty good about that too.
Heck yeah.
I mean, that doesn't get you anywhere if you don't run the first segment fast either, but I'll take the fact that I didn't. It bodes well for me wanting to do the full loop next year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, your first time there, it's an exploratory mission.
Yeah.
Kind of like Western was.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it like coming into Chamonix? Like, I've been there. I've seen the crowds. It's epic. What was it like coming through the chutes and like?
It's cool, dude.
Finish
They're playing epic music. You know, everyone's cheering. Dude, it's like this UTMB song.
Orchestra.
It's a song, dude. It's like they have like a.
No.
Yeah, it's like.
No.
Yeah,
Dude,
like
it'll
graduation
fire you
music.
alive, man.
I believe it. Oh, it's like a Gregorian chant.
Isaac probably has it on his MP3 player.
That's what he goes to.
But
His cassette players,
dude,
Walkman.
coming into town is awesome. I mean, you've been there all week. You've like ran through there before without people, and then you come through. The chutes are lined with people. Everyone's screaming, like super stoked. You're high-fiving people on the sides. You know, yeah. You come through, they announce your name, and you're done, which is awesome. And yeah, it was a great feeling. All the Solomon people were there. Instantly slugged a cherry juice, classic. Solomon moved really big on the cherry juice. Mm-hmm. And, dude, it was great. And that was it. And hung around and waited for our first couple women to come in.
You had said to me on a run the other day, you said it was like, you get it now. Like, it's
Yeah.
like peak.
It makes sense, dude. It is definitely the pinnacle of trail running is UTMB races, I would have to say. We have good races. They do it really good over there. They've been doing it longer. It shows, and it's just like such an orchestration, like an orchestra of like people doing things, the whole town. It's just like, it's awesome.
I think part of the difference is like the towns are just as invested as the races.
Yeah,
like
getting
they
to run
fully
through-
embrace it.
Yeah,
It's not like you're a problem or a
We got to get his permit.
No, dude,
Yeah.
they're loving it, dude. They don't permit shit out there.
right.
They're like, man, we'll let 5,000 people out on the trail today.
Yeah.
What's the worst can happen?
Yeah. It's like,
Couple
why not?
people
Let's
die.
enjoy. Yeah, let's enjoy it.
Yeah, you've got like old people from the towns like hiking up to the refuges on trail, just slugging beers on trail, watching you run, just hyped up.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Was the crowd pretty much throughout the whole course?
Not everywhere, but I mean, anywhere you get 3-4 miles out from a town, there's people out. Plus, that's a really popular route. Like that TMB or UTM. It's not UTMB, but
Trail de Mont Blanc.
Yeah, the Trail de Mont Blanc loop is like people travel there to do it. They take like 4 or 5 days a week, hike it, camp, do the whole loop. It's like a tourist attraction in and of itself. So you got people doing that while you're out there running the race.
That'd be a horrible time to do that.
Well,
Well, or it would be awesome.
It might be cool, but you just have to
You
get
just
off the
chill at a
ground on time.
refugio, sipping a little Nespresso.
Yeah, dude.
Not Nespresso.
Yeah.
Espresso.
But it was awesome.
You just couldn't move. You have to stay in the same place.
How cool was it, like, watching the other races, too? Like,
Oh,
CCC,
going-
UTMB.
Watching those was cool. I mean, I didn't go out on course for anything else besides UTMB because it's after my race. But
Yeah.
going back out and watching UTMB was cool because you got to see, you know, some of the lead pack and just legends. You know, you'd see Courtney, you see Ludo, just everyone out there in there. Like essentially, that's like their element, and it was cool being there at the aid station that you always see video of.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sick. Their aid stations are cool too. Each one of them has like a little concession stand that the crew can buy stuff at.
Yeah.
Which is sick.
That's perfect.
People are just like partying. They have the live stream up. It's like going into a little bar. There's like they all have all those tents for the aid stations, and then there's like the side tent with like tables, TVs with the live streams on. Music is blasting. There's like a DJ. They've got essentially a full bar. They're selling beer and wine at every aid station. Food.
What more could you ask for?
People are just
We're
like
in heaven.
people are
Buying things?
trailgating.
They got stuff to buy, dude.
It's the whole race, dude. It's sick.
We got snacks.
Dude, I'd be there. They got real
Oh,
bread.
dude, they had the most French hot dog, dude. It was a baguette, a small baguette, cored out with a hot dog in it.
They're
No,
obsessed with us.
dude.
They're
Yeah,
obsessed.
they're
with us.
obsessed with us.
They're obsessed with us.
They tried.
They
They were like they couldn't really figure out how to slice the bun. You know,
like, this is as close as we can get. They got
they're
a
like
drill.
they're like bun. Never heard of a bun, but we have baguettes.
I guess.
We will core the baguette.
Like a sausage.
Inject it with
Yeah.
ketchup.
So it was like a hot dog cannoli.
And then
It's
where was the
crazy.
Solomon house in Chamonix? Like, did you just walk back, or did you have to get in a shuttle? And like,
So I mean, we got to the finish and then they drove us back. We had like a ton of vans, but the Chamonix, the house there was like almost a mile from town.
okay,
It was like a little less than a mile from the finish,
gotcha.
so it was close.
Walk
Yeah,
us
that's
through
really
your crew situation and kind of the pros and cons of it versus maybe what you've experienced in the States.
They're definitely
That's a
a
great
lot
question.
more strict on the crewing, which they kind of have to be when you're dealing with thousands of people. But you're only allowed one person that can be in contact with you at the aid station. So you can't have like your boys come into the aid station and like someone's doing this, someone's doing that, someone's doing this. It's one person, one contact. So that's different. You can only bring in one bag, and I think it has to be of a certain size. Like I don't think you can bring in like a bunch of shit with you and like send it. Yeah, no. You gotta bring in like a bag with only a certain amount of size to it, and so that was different. But you know, when you're racing anyway, it's like you really only are in contact with one person, so it kind of worked out well that way. So that was a lot different.
Were they generally
The one aid station thing that is different. This is not like logistics, but some aid stations to get regular water was like hard. They are huge on the sparkling water, so like they would only have water with gas, is what they would call it. So
My people.
Getting gassed up.
only have gas water. So like gas water, I'd show up to an aid station. They'd have like each aid station had a soda stream they were making sparkling water with, and there'd be like 40 bottles of gas water, and then there'd be like one container of regular water.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, this is ridiculous.
that's kind of confusing.
Yeah, because people flatten their stuff here to like on purpose.
We're
Like,
idiots.
people. Does it work better?
I don't know. I did drink a lot of sparkling water. The Solomon team had a bunch of soda streams.
I mean, it's the preferred water method, not racing. I feel like.
I mean,
agree.
I drink a lot at home, but
Yeah.
I don't know during a race.
They love it.
Dude, I
We
get
call
more
it
hate.
spicy water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is spicy.
I get more hate for drinking LaCroix than I do people saying, "Wow, you're drinking LaCroix. I love those." People hate me for it.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude, that's always
You're in
good.
West Virginia.
I know. People hate LaCroix here. Any similar sparkling water, they don't like it.
We drink
It's
them,
too much.
but that was different.
I'll drink soda like this.
The food was pretty much the same. I didn't really have time to really check out what they had spread wise, but I'm sure if you went to run the race and utilize the aid stations, it would be nice. I mean, I think they were well stocked, seemingly well stocked.
Knack products.
Yeah, NAC products. It's no Morton. It's no Morton product, but what are you gonna do?
You had another.
You can't win all the
Cuban or
time. You
something.
can't win all the time.
So you'll be back for sure.
I would, yeah. I want to go back and run the big boy,
Big loop.
the
Big
boy.
fella.
UTV. Yeah. We'll go hike it the week before. It's just,
I ran into some hikers out there.
yeah.
We were doing a training run, and they were two guys. They were fast packing stuff, so they were doing the TMB loop, and we ran past them, and they're like, "Dan Green!"
No way.
And I was like, "Oh shit!" And then they DM'd me that night. We're like, "Dude, we follow your Cocodona. It actually is what made us go out to do this loop."
Wow. That's
And I'm like, "Dude, what are the odds they saw me out there
Yeah.
that time?"
That's crazy.
It was an
The
insane
reach
moment.
of Dan Green.
Yeah, dude.
Nuts.
I freaking did not respond. No, I did.
I blocked him.
No, I think I followed and responded.
He's like stalkers.
He's like,
No, dude.
don't ever text this number again.
Yeah.
Blocked.
It was crazy. I was
That's
like, wow,
hilarious. That's pretty cool. I can't believe it. All the way out there.
we're in the middle of France.
That's wild.
Behind
and then
enemy
shoe
lines.
choice was slabs.
S-Lab Genesis, yeah, whole time, baby. S-Lab Genesis, Lucidus, and a ton of Morton. A boatload of Morton.
Solid point.
What's the Tylenol?
And pro level required gear. It sounds like.
That's true, yeah. The pro level required gear, they're like, we can make it lighter. I'm like, all right, yeah, dude.
Didn't realize it was Russian.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do a French accent.
We should compare your Cocodona pack versus
Oh
your,
my god.
your
Yeah.
CCC pack, and it's like,
Yeah, it makes sense. I think we were talking about that. We were like, that's how Courtney's pack was so small, Cocodona.
yeah. Oh,
She
yeah.
had the world's smallest gear.
We're literally stuffing stuff in. Stuff sack.
I saw a piece of that video the other day, and it was like I was looking at the vest. It is literally every pocket in that thing is just like the biggest it can get.
At one point, we have charging cords running through your sleeve.
I'm like,
and your
dude, this is not lightweight.
Yeah.
This is not good. But it, obviously it worked.
Hey, it made you stronger.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
made you stronger.
But no, it was,
pounds.
Well, congrats, man. We've missed you.
It's
I'm
good
just
to be
proud of
back.
the rest of us for surviving without him.
I don't think we
it
have
wasn't
to sit-
easy, but we did it.
Yeah, we managed to survive.
shout out to Sid for letting me go.
Who mowed your
Oh,
yard
man.
while you were gone?
I paid Rob's nephew, Andrew. He mowed
Rooster?
it 3 times, yeah.
Rooster? Wow.
Nice.
I need to get him mowing my lawn.
And then it didn't rain apparently for like a lot of time after
It
that.
hasn't rained since you left.
Yeah.
Yeah, except as soon as I got back.
Was your car fixed while you were gone?
Yeah, and I got my car fixed.
Forgot about
I don't know if I brought that up on here. My car was doing some weird stuff, so I had to start riding my bike to work. And so I took my car to a guy. This kid that works at the shop, who's in high school, Mason. Shout out Mason Dudney, high school phenom, cross country runner. I'm good. His girlfriend's dad works on cars, and I dropped my car off. Came back, he fixed it. It needed some transmission solenoid, some bushings. It needed some things. It was not right, but now it's 100% good.
Nice.
And,
The Subi's back.
It was a reasonable deal. I bought him a case of beer and paid him.
With the beer.
No, his dad.
Full transmission, case of beer.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
Something on the side
it
here.
was hot out. I was walking there. I was like, I'm gonna buy this guy a case of beer.
Keep eating it.
And so that was great. But yeah, that's it. That's me in a nutshell so far. Now on to the latest, the greatest, the biggest race in West Virginia, Hurricane 100K.
Hurricane 100K brought to you by local YMCA.
I will,
Uncle John's.
I will say before we get into that,
You can have a
every run with the boys, we were like, man, is Dan gonna ever run in Huntington again?
Yeah, dude.
We're not sure. And
I'm
then we got on the pod with you,
greedy boy.
and you were like, man,
Greedy.
yeah, I'm struggling. Like,
Oh, I
I
gotta get out of here.
can't talk, like, communicate super well.
Got
Not many people know English, and we're like, oh man, he wants to come back. I think he's gonna come back. Yeah.
I was ready to come back, dude.
Quick break to thank Janji, the official sponsor of the Bargain Boys podcast. We're super excited to have them on board and super thankful for their belief in us. I'm personally a huge fan of the Janji Half Tight. They come full of pockets, so I can keep my pockets full with everything I'm going to need on trail. I've used them for all kinds of races, from the JFK 50 to the Cocodona 250, and they've worked flawlessly in both of those situations. Use code BARGAIN and save yourself 10%. Thanks again to Janji. Back to the show.
But yeah,
But we're back.
You did confess to us that you talked a little bit of shit on Barbersville Park while you were over
I
there.
did, but today we stopped you were taking a pee, and we were up there, and I was like, it's not bad. We were looking, I was like, I was looking down, I was like, I've never stopped at this section of trail.
The one section that actually has some like quality single track. Yeah.
It looked really good.
All photo shoots will be done there from now on.
Yeah, that was a good spot.
After driving a Ferrari for a month, Dan found some beauty in the Chevy Impala.
That's
Yeah,
right.
man.
That's right. The Ford Ranger of trail.
Yep.
It's not pretty, but it gets the job done.
It's a truck.
It's a truck, baby.
It built us.
It built us.
The trail that built us. Okay, so let's shift. We have 2 of the 3 podium finishers, and the new course record holder, and the new owner of $4,500.
And what?
Well,
Lifetime free Little Caesars? Surely?
No.
Is that not thrown in the deal?
No,
No, you
I think I get a free hotel room next year if I want to come back.
Yeah.
2 nights.
We're gonna have to talk
For
tonight
2
about
nights.
Your
this.
house is actually closer than the hotel.
It probably is. Yeah. Parents live there, so that it's. I don't know.
They live in the trail.
Should be so.
So for the
About a beach.
people listening that aren't familiar, Hurricane 100K in Hurricane, West Virginia, 6 10-mile loops, roughly 1,000 feet of gain per loop, maybe a little more, 1,200.
It usually ends up being around 80,
800.
200,
Okay.
500, somewhere in there.
So it's not flat, but it's also a good runnable 100K, right?
Yeah, it's like mountain bike trails, so pretty flowy, pretty. I don't know. It's just constantly rolly the whole time. Nothing super substantial climbs or descents, but just kind of annoying the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole course, like, to be honest, we dog on the course a lot, but it's really not that bad.
The quality of the trails is great, but
Oh,
literally
top
they're
notch.
as hard as concrete.
Yeah,
Like, that's might be the hardest part about the race is the
we got a little lucky
hardness of the trail.
because it did rain the night before, so it did soften up some, and it got a little slick there at the end with so many people riding on it. But overall, I mean, the runnability was fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't have any slips, I turned my ankle twice in the first loop and then nothing after that.
So we knew
That'd be
going
sick.
in the weeks leading into it, you were super fit. Like, I think we kind of all called this from the jump. Kind of walk us through just the morning. What was your headspace? Like, did you feel confident?
There's a lot. The confidence was there, but also you just really don't know. So most people know that I've been struggling with injuries for the past year. So people have been saying, "Are you back yet? Are you fit?" And like I was hoping so, but you really don't know until you race again. So I was anxious because of that. Like, what if I get hurt again? What if I'm not as fit as I think I am? So there's a lot of uncertainty going into the race, and I think driving in, I was driving from Huntington rather than my parents' house. I had a little bit of time on the road, and I just kept thinking, like, man, I'm kind of nervous. Like, hopefully this goes well. And then I kept thinking, like, 40 years from now, I'm going to laugh at myself for being nervous for something I love doing. Like, who gets nervous for something that they really enjoy? I mean, yeah, we want to do well, and that's why we're nervous, but, like, it's an activity that we really enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be nervous. Just have fun with it. So once I got to the park, all that anxiousness kind of went away. Saw Logan, like, immediately, so walked over to Logan, saw Cammy. We got a Tesla truck to take our stuff. Yeah. So
Wow.
We didn't even know.
I knew Matt was pulling out all the stops this year.
first time ever being anywhere close to one, and she took us to the railroad tracks, and we got stuck because there was like a line of 4 cars. So then we just walked the rest of the way.
So you were in it for 100 yards?
Just about.
We didn't catch her name, but we weren't even sure how to open the doors.
No.
We were like, she had to open them for us. It was crazy.
Wow. It was cool though.
It was very cool.
We've seen the future.
So
She was also full send with that thing. She's like,
she wanted to keep going, but the lady at the railroad tracks didn't let her. Like, she was full ready just to
she's
go.
like, you can't scratch this thing. Back it over there. We don't care.
Trains. Bulletproof.
Trains go. Let's just get totaled.
So that was like the coolest part of the whole race.
That was the best part, huh?
Yeah, that's part.
Well, before we go further, what was your headspace? Because you kind of been, I don't want to say the opposite, but you've been up and down and...
Yeah, I've been a mess kind of health-wise. And so we've been on a little bit of a roller coaster with my foot. And so basically I knew I had to wait till last minute to see where I was at the week before or the week of the race. And so I signed up on Wednesday. Right before
Stories
the
all the
last,
time.
yeah, the cutoff was for signing up, and so signed up on Wednesday. Finally locked myself in, and then went to packet pickup the night before. And on my way home, I started feeling a little bit feverish, and I was like, "Oh no!" And ended up. By the time I got home, I had a low grade fever. It wasn't horrible, but it was like 10.
I think low grade fever is just nervous, dude.
Well, it was like 100.5, and I could definitely feel pretty fevered. And so I was like, well, I don't even know if I'm running tomorrow. This is a disaster. And so ironically, I never sleep before races. It's because I'm a psychopath. And where I kind of had in my mind, I wasn't even sure if I was going to get a race. I just took a NyQuil and passed out, and I got more sleep than I've ever gotten before a race. It was like 6 hours and 18 minutes.
That's the
Nice.
trick.
Yeah, so it ended up being this perfect storm of just kind of like we're just playing on house money today. If I even get to start, like we're just out here to have a good time. The whole objective for me, I had 0 time goal and 0 place goal. It was to gain some mental currency for Rim to River and to finally rip the Band-Aid off and see how my legs may respond past 40 miles. And so that was the objective. And
Yeah, people were asking me, like, were you racing? Were you just running it for fun? And I was like, I really don't know. Like, because we know that he wants to get a good long run in to go help for Rim to River. I was like, this is Logan River we're talking about. He's going to be up there in the front with us for as long as he can. And sure enough, our conga line, you're right there.
yeah, we were just going to see. I mean, also, like, I loved the race. I knew I wanted to be part of it in some capacity. And I kind of waited so long that I got out of contention for relays. So I was like, well, I want to do it. I want to be there to support, the race. I want to do it, just to see what it would be like, but also, why not? So yeah, we went into it with very low expectations.
Nice. Fortunately, Dan took your spot on the team, so
I got you.
you had to do 100.
Had to do 100, yeah. 100.
That was the plan the whole time. We were just gonna box you out from the relay, so you couldn't bail.
Yeah.
The days before the race, I was just spam texting Caleb pictures of people with like gold chains and stuff on. I'm like, this is gonna be you, real soon.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
I was getting hyped up.
So first laps felt good. I mean, did you lead the whole race?
Not quite. So we start off. Kareth was leading for a little bit, and then that one guy wearing the sandals was the true leader for the first loop. But he's in the relay. So Josh took the lead. Josh Park from Ohio. He lives in Colorado Springs right now. But,
Stud.
yeah,
What's he
he's
doing there?
stud. He is a professor at the University of Colorado Springs.
What?
Yeah.
What's he teach? Don't know.
He doesn't. I don't remember. He does a lot of, I think does research more. But he's run 2:18 in the marathon at Columbus. He's probably run faster. I don't know, but he was like 4th or 5th at the USATF 15K national championship. So true
Dude's
stud.
got speed.
He's got speed. He also made nationals, Division I nationals in cross country. MAC champion for Ohio University. So this is a guy, like when he signed up, I knew like he is a very fast athlete and has dabbled in the ultras. He won the Black Canyon 60K a couple years ago.
What's his social security number?
234. So I already knew a lot about him.
Yeah.
He had run JFK a few times. So he was somebody to watch out for, and then obviously Butch, and then Luke from Blacksburg. Zach Krim from Michigan was going to run, and then he dropped out the week of, so that was sad.
So you had a good group at the front.
We had a good group, and I had a strategy going in. You have to make a strategy that you're trying to go by, but you have to be very fluid with it too, because things just don't always happen the way you think. But like, how do you beat somebody that's more talented than you on the front end, like the faster guy who's probably going to go out fast, and then not blow yourself up for the guys like Butch, Logan, and Luke, who are probably going to be more conservative, but have stronger last few laps. So the whole plan was to blow up Josh and then just get as far up ahead as possible, so that if I blew up, I hopefully had enough space so I didn't get past. And it worked. So first lap, Josh actually led the first 4 or 5 miles. And the classic, like, accidentally going the wrong way was like how I got
the Caleb Bowen move.
No, I fell that time. But yeah, he went the wrong way for like a split second. And I was like, well, I'll take it because he was leading and doing all the work, and it was foggy, so hard to see. So I decided to take it.
I was shocked how reserved we were those first 5 months. It was kind of perfect for Butch and I, but I knew you wanted to open it up, and I was just like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Butch
we were
made
just
a comment.
talking, going like 940 pace up the hills.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought we were running actually decent. Like we weren't pushing at all, but we were just all talking, chatting it up, asking Kareth about her TDS victory.
Yeah.
Butch was talking, and he made a comment like, "Oh, this is really nice. I enjoy this." So
That's when it's time to
Yeah.
shift gears. Yeah.
So
When
once-
comments like that start getting made,
yeah.
like,
So once that opportunity arose, I didn't exactly like start pushing, but we definitely opened it up some. Yeah, and then me and Josh, we weren't too far ahead by any means. We were just slightly. There was a guy in red that I thought was a relay guy, but he actually was in the 100K.
So I listened to your pod with Matt. I had no idea. We were not in third and fourth. Butch and I were not in third and fourth
Yeah.
almost the whole race. We were in fourth and fifth until he
Loop
dropped
three.
out at loop three
Three
or
or
four.
Who was it? Who was it?
The man in red.
The man in red,
Mr.
from Virginia.
So
Identify yourself.
When Josh and Caleb took off, when Josh
Show
and Caleb
yourself.
took off, he passed Butch and I. He was like, "I'll see y'all later," and we're like, "All right, whatever."
Wow.
He had this big beard,
But yeah, stud.
Low-key dog.
Loki dog. So coming to the first aid station, I know where my crew is. Josh's dad actually had a tent before the aid station, before you cross the mats, and that kind of I won't say it messed with me, but I was like, dude, he's going to get in and out before I even get to my tent. So made sure we were doing things pretty quickly. Not that we needed a whole lot at that point anyway, but sure enough, as I was pulling out of the tent, he was right there. So we just reconnected, went to that second loop.
nice. And was it that way all day? Just kind of.
Well,
Because at some point you pulled away. I think you ended up winning by 28 minutes or
something like that,
pretty significant.
yeah. So
But you don't know that at the time.
yeah, the second loop we were together for pretty much the whole time. He did make a comment that bugged me. We were maybe 4 miles into that second loop. He's like, "Hey man, if you ever need to pee, just let me know. I'll stop with you because I kind of want this to be a chess game." And I was like,
That doesn't make any sense.
"That doesn't. I'm not waiting for you if you have to pee." So all right.
What the heck?
So
Wow. Interesting.
so
Maybe he
we
wanted
put a
you
little
to
gap
It's not
on.
the Tour de France.
Maybe he was
we're not
trying to-
all pulling over.
Yeah.
He wanted you to stop for him. Well, he peed.
So
Right.
I got out of the aid station, the third, I guess second going to third, a little bit quicker than him, and that's when I started to open up some, because I wanted to make him work to catch me. I wasn't really trying to leave him, but I wanted him to throw in a hard surge to catch up with me. And then after a mile, he hadn't caught me yet, so I was like, well, let's just keep this rolling. And then we started running low sevens for that whole loop, and it's like, oh, well, if we can keep this up, because this feels really good. The whole time, I didn't feel like I was actually pushing. I was just opening up the legs a little bit. So that was a good feeling, but also kind of nerve wracking because that's probably way too fast for that loop. So how is this going to affect me on loop 5 and 6? So it was kind of a risk, but I'm glad I did it because that was really the move that broke him. I mean, he still ran some really good loops after that. He didn't really fall apart until the last loop, but yeah, I heard from my crew that when they rode, he came into that 3 going to the 4th loop. He was asking where I was. He thought I was in the tent. They're like, no, he left 4 minutes ago. He's like, no, where's he at? Where's he at? I'm like, no, he really did leave. He's gone. He's
Yeah.
gone. So hopefully that rattled him some.
Did you have a rough loop, Logan? Was there any point where you were like, oh, I'm beyond my furthest I've ever gone? Oh, shit.
Yeah, loops 4 and 5 were probably that for me. Basically, my strategy, if I had any, was just to play out the field when we got there. And so Butch, I knew, based on talking to Caleb, was probably going to go out more conservatively, but wanting to be consistent. That seemed like as good of a game plan as any. So I was talking to him. I was like, I'm just going to latch onto you for 50K and see what happens. Figured we would separate after that. So we ran, I think, basically 126 almost the first 4 loops. It was very close. It was super consistent. Of course, Butch was like calculating it to the second. I was like, oh man, we're 30 seconds ahead. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just running. Let's go. But it ended up being a good game plan for me. We ended up staying together longer than I thought we would. We ran 40 miles together, and I think he was sick of it at that point. And he turned on the gas coming out of the aid station into the 5th loop, and I just kind of maintained the spin around and see what happens. So yeah, my lowest point was probably lap 4. My downhill leg started to hurt a lot. He was dropping me on the downhills, and I was catching him on the flats or on the ups. And then loop 5 was similar, but then I kind of had a little bit of resurgence.
Love a strong finish.
Strong finish.
Yeah,
It matters.
that was a strong finish because you were holding off a 4:15 miler, and you passed Butch. Oh man, like it was crazy.
Yeah, because 4th was what? Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Oh, no, good.
4th was what? 20 seconds back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was in loop 4 or loop 5. I was solidly in 4th place. Loop 6, I caught up to Donald Marsh around 4 miles to go, and he said, "Do you want the stats?" And I was like, "Sure." And he said, "Butch has 8. He has 8.5 minutes on you." So with 6 miles to go, Butch had 8.5 minutes on me. And by the time I got to the top of that climb, I looked back, and Luke was maybe 45 seconds back from me. So we had 6 miles to go. Luke was about to pass me, and Butch had 8.5 minutes on me. And I was like, daggone it. This is just my daggone luck. I'm running like probably arguably one of the better races in my life, and I'm going to get 5th place. This freaking sucks. Any other year, I would have been able to, get in the money.
Yeah.
It's like, this stinks. Thankfully, I had a pacer, Andrew Ely. I picked him up, and he was incredible. And, he was keeping my mind in it, and I was just like, well, I told him at one point, I was like, I'm good. Like, my legs feel good. Nutrition has been spot on today. But when I get passed by Luke, I don't know what's going to happen. I may mentally shut down. But thankfully, that never happened. By the grace of God, he gained on me to the point where, that one super skinny switchback where you're climbing and then you descend. When I had turned the switchback, we were he was no less than 5 seconds behind me.
Yeah.
God.
And but by that point, we had maybe 4 miles to go, and I was like, whatever, we're just gonna see what happens. And so my goal was just hammer, and I knew I basically had to run fast even up the hills at that point, and so that's what we did. Got to the last aid and needed water, but I didn't have time, so I was like, well, we're just screw it. We don't have time for water. And I was just sprinting and had zero expectation of catching up to Butch. But maybe 2 minutes out of the aid station, I caught up to him, and I'm like, oh, freak, we're in the money now. I cannot lose.
We're in the freaking money, boy. That's greedy.
He started.
He saw that green. He always saw his green.
That was the first time in the race I it turned.
You were racing.
The mindset turned to this is a big day out for him to, hold my beer. We're gonna freaking we're gonna freaking run this thing. The bad news is I had a 4:16 miler right behind me, and he was gaining. So I was like, well, whatever. I'll take my chances. And we just my last 3 miles were in the 6 minutes for sure. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's kind of fun. I will say, that feeling in track in high school or college or whatever of the backstretch of an 800 where you're like, whatever, we're full gas. It's going to come down to will at this point. Those moments are fleeting to none in adulthood, and so it's kind of cool in an ultra to get to feel that. So I felt that in Frozen Sasquatch 25K in 2024, coming down T-Berry.
GR Losers.
All out 800 meter dash to the finish, risking my life going down that hill. And then I felt it again in this race of even the last descent down into the bowl, I knew I wasn't safe.
Yeah.
So it was full gas, but it was also cool because we were passing people at that point. So I had like passed Ian and Tyler, and the vibes were high there. I passed Joe Fitzwater. He's like, before I had ever caught up to Butch, he's like, oh, I don't know, man, my money's on you. And I'm like, why? He's 8 minutes ahead of me. But it ended up working out. So I was thinking about that, and I don't know. It ended up being a fun day.
That's so cool.
What is it?
Where'd you drop Andrew?
Andrew, I dropped him at mile 5.
The pacer.
The pacer, Andrew.
Drop the pacer.
I did Andrew dirty. He had ran out with you the first loop, but then his second loop, he had made his hot lap. He ran 118 his second loop.
Yeah.
Had basically no time to recover. His stomach was turning. And then I had asked Eli and everybody when I came in, I was like, man, where's Andrew? Like, if he wants to get a 50K, tell him, I would love to have him. And so he ran out with me, but his stomach was jacked up, and he had, he was doing all he could, but it was definitely, the cards were against him.
Did you say Andrew O'Cal?
Andrew Ely.
Oh, Ely.
But he is for sure, like, he's a dog. He would not have gotten dropped had it not been those exact circumstances.
I think the money's a really interesting thing with this race because that's not a factor in almost any other race that we've ever talked about other than Hurricane.
No, I mean,
it's all it's just being like, I'm in the money now. It's hilarious to me. Usually it's just like, oh, I'm not gonna win, I'm not gonna come in third, whatever. So it's like, there's money.
I mean, it's $1,000 for
It's
third.
greed, man.
It's $1,000. They cut you the check that day. You don't have to wait for it.
And you
to
get
mail.
one of the big checks.
Yeah, you get
It's
a
like
big
Happy
check.
Gilmore,
You
man.
get a big
For
check
sure.
and a little check the same day, which is legendary.
How do you put that?
And a
all in?
1099.
And 1090.
And that too.
Yeah. So ended up, I guess, in summary, it was a fun day for me. It was kind of, we were playing on house money. And,
It was so cool seeing you in that third position.
I will say, I think 0 people expected me to come out in third.
Yeah, well, because like you
I
said,
was
you were
solidly
8
in
minutes
fourth or
behind.
fifth.
And that's all everybody in the bowl knew about.
I
So
believe
whenever I asked, they're like, well, Butch is pretty solid in third right now.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of those other people.
I know how much you like
I knew
money,
you.
Mr. Crab.
Yeah.
Well, the final important question: what are you going to do with your $4,500?
Well, I paid my mortgage for the month, so
Yes.
that's good. And then I bought $400 worth of John G stuff.
Heck yes.
Yes.
So I
Shout out, John G.
didn't even use the code because I'm rich now. So
Well, if you're not rich, use code BARGAIN. Save yourself 10%.
Yep. There you go.
Wow. Well, congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
You guys are
What are you going to do with your money?
Who knows?
You got a wife and kids. It's a
Buy
little different.
buy go-go squeezes and freaking,
Sam's Club trip.
there you go.
yeah, diapers. But,
That's
yeah, I mean, I think that Hurricane, all of us are like, oh man, I don't know if we want to go do 6 laps, but it's kind of the perfect storm for any October race, whether that be Javelina because it's a looped course. Hurricane is also typically hot, so that's good for Javelina. This year it wasn't.
Yeah.
But then also for Rim to River, it's almost like if you were to extrapolate a couple more laps at Hurricane, mile per mile, it's obviously you get more sustained ascents and descents at Rim, but when you average it out, Rim to River is 120 feet per mile.
Mhm.
Hurricane is 128 feet per mile. So it's almost the perfect, small version lead up race, and you get the mental aspect of the looped course.
Yeah, anything's nice after that.
And so I think it's kind of the perfect, obviously Dan's had some crazy Javelinas the last few years with that in his back pocket. So
And it's a
there's an
perfect time
advantage.
to practice nutrition and hydration and stuff too.
Yeah.
So we did a quick I had one of my athletes that his whole job besides pace me was to calculate my nutrition and hydration the whole day. And that was pretty cool. So I have all this data now that I can show, for every 10 miles. So averaged about 105 grams of carbohydrates per
10.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 2 loops where I was 130 and everything else was roughly around.
But that's good. I mean, that's 80 to 90 an hour, roughly.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's perfect.
Actually, it may have been 105 per hour because what we did, it was 100, 20-ish per loop. So except for the last 2 loops, those were just 100. So those were a little bit less. Because I went from using the flow gel for the first 4 loops, and I went straight to using a Santa Madre powder that had 100 carbs, and I just drank that for each loop.
No stomach issues?
I was a little like precision's a little bit sweet, so after that 4th loop, I was kind of like, eh. But once I switched to the liquid stuff, this is the weirdest thing ever, but it made me fart so much, but it made me like clear out my stomach. See, man,
Boys, we'll see. I gotta go to work.
the boys gotta go to work.
He's working.
He's
He's
working.
a working man.
Love you.
I'm gonna stake his place real quick.
But yeah, so it made me like it just released all the gas in my stomach, which was funny, good. But also I felt bad for my pacers because they were like,
Wait, man, he forgot his phone.
run.
Did he?
But yeah,
That's my phone, I think.
That's Caleb's.
Oh wait,
we're a freaking mess.
for our best guys.
We're a freaking mess.
Oh.
But I do think it's probably what the doctor ordered for you. We're going into Javelina.
Yeah,
If nothing else, for confidence wise.
I think so.
Also, we were all like, man, we know you're fit, but what the freak are you doing? Like, these are some crazy splits. I came into the aid,
Did
maybe
you like hear any of them? Or
yeah.
during the race?
No, I just knew that you were possibly going to lap me. I was like, this dude is.
I was gonna laugh.
I literally had that fear because I knew.
Same.
I knew in the first loop you guys had put several minutes on us just in that second 5 miles, so I knew you all were rolling. But yeah, it was a good day. It's what you needed, I think. But
Because loop 3 was your fastest loop.
you
Right?
ran a 1:16 on loop 3.
So found out that was actually the fastest loop of the day because the guy on the first loop ran 78 on that one. So cheers to that, I guess.
Cheers.
But
Here's the fast 3rd loop.
Cheers.
that was terrifying, but it's just what it is. But the cool thing was like I didn't like my slowest loop was loop 5, and then I brought it back down to like an 81 on the last loop. But all the loops were between 76 and 84. So loop 1 and loop 5 are like within like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool. My biggest low was definitely loop 4. Like second half of loop 4 going into loop 5, I was just kind of stomach was a little upset. Nothing bad, but just tired, scared that I might get caught. And in the moment, I thought that Josh Parker was like 1 minute behind me the entire day. So I was scared I was going to get passed. I had to take a leak, and I was scared I was going to get passed while I'm peeing. And that's after he made that
Well, he would
comment.
have waited for you, remember?
Well, he said he would have waited for me. But maybe all bets are off if you leave somebody. And then,
Yeah.
so, but no, overall, it's good. I mean, really fun just like running free. I don't know if that makes sense, but like when you're just able to open it up and really run in a trail race, that's a cool feeling. Like there's not a huge climb that's going to slow you down or a huge, technical section. It's all just free flowing. I don't know.
It's a true running race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we did so well, me and Logan, because we are, I would say, more on the running side of the trail, not the climbing, the technical type stuff. I mean, you're a lot better than I am on technical.
Well, just our training is better suited for a runner's race.
You guys run a lot of road.
Yeah.
We do a
All
lot
of
of
us do.
road.
We all run all road.
And you came out unscathed. No
So
injury,
far-
knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Tight little piriformis right now, but it is fine so far.
Tell me what?
Piriformis muscle.
No, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We were both on the struggle bus today. We got a 20 banger in right before this, and
Only wanted to go 14 or 15, so
Yeah,
when Jack wanted 20.
we did it for
Y'all
Jack.
answered the call.
got
Never
me.
say we did. Yeah.
Y'all made me work for it.
Jack's greedy. He always wants more.
And then my watch was short too, so we had to get a little extra anyway.
No, no.
Too greedy, man. Too greedy. But it was a great run.
Yeah, I think my main 2 highlights and like takeaways from Hurricane were nutrition. I had a lot of questions on what I was going to do nutrition for Rim that I think I have answered now. And also my legs were just in completely uncharted territory past 40 miles.
Oh, yeah.
And, things weren't perfect, but I was with the good nutrition, like with nutrition going well, I was able to keep my legs under me somehow. And I felt good. We didn't have to walk a step of that race, which was super pumped about. Aid stations went fairly well. I mean, I had all my crew was running, so I had a different crew every lap.
Yeah.
So for what it was, I think I had less than 2 minutes stoppage.
That's good.
In the whole race. So it's pretty stoked on it.
How was your foot? Was your foot okay? I haven't heard anything about your foot.
Yeah,
Maybe you did.
manageable.
Yeah.
My feet were both going numb, and I don't know if I had my laces just a little too tight. But on the uphills, my feet were going numb, which was a weird sensation. But yeah, it's no worse or better than a normal training week.
That's good.
So
Nice.
And you wore the Prodigio Pros.
Prodigio Pros, man, they're such a good shoe. It's fast enough to run fast, but also it's got enough support for if you're loafing. And so it was
You're a loafer.
it was a good shoe. I may have to get a fresh pair for the fall shenanigans. I don't know.
You can find them. They're sold out a lot of places.
Well, he doesn't wear a popular size. He can probably get them easy. Little baby.
Little baby.
I don't know. I bought 11 and a halves in this.
Whoa!
Well, they run small. They
Yeah,
run
they do.
small. So I sized
Yeah.
up.
Oh, that is right.
I don't want to hear that. Baby foot, 11 and a half. What is this?
It's small. It's
You
like
have a toddler foot.
toddler foot.
I'm a size 9 now, guys. I grew. Dan's smaller, I'm a bigger.
Yeah, as Dan went overseas and is wearing smaller shoes, we're expanding our size. Hopefully, Dan wears my size so he can stop giving you and Jack the shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's what we need to film workouts, an e-bike.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at that. We should have that guy
Sick.
film the next workout.
Is that a guy?
We do have open
guy on the bike.
applications.
Yes. Open call for videographers. We need someone to film some workouts coming up. So,
Arlington
Andrew
area.
Ely. He said that
He may be too good for us.
He might be too.
Like,
He definitely-
we need a mediocre.
Not personality wise, like his quality is almost.
Yeah.
It doesn't. We don't deserve him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too good.
More to come on that.
We need someone who's medium good. Who can it doesn't look like crap, but it also doesn't look like too good. It needs to be medium.
Andrew, we need you to do some mediocre work.
Yeah, we need you to
Don't use your really good camera.
tone it down. Bring your crappy camera.
But,
Oh,
but yeah.
Also, want to give a shout out to the On Cloud Ultra Pros.
Oh my gosh.
They're the best shoe ever.
Send us
Great
some
shoe.
shoes.
Sponsor me,
Yes.
please.
they're
Send
so
us some
good.
shoes.
Best trail shoe at the moment. Those are the top two. Prodigio
To be
Pros.
honest, if you pair the Prodigio Pro with the On
On Cloud
Flip.
Ultra.
Pro Ultra Pro, I don't think it gets better. That's
Yeah.
going to be the quiver for Rim to River.
So
Oh, yeah.
I noticed that Josh Park wore Tecton 3s.
But he switched.
He switched to the Prodigio, so I think.
I will say I had road shoes and had every intention to switch, but there was no time for it. Unfortunately,
You would have got beat.
I would have gotten beat.
Yep.
I couldn't have even stopped to take a pee.
Well,
I
now
didn't.
with that $1,000, you can buy one pair.
I can afford a pair of On.
After taxes, you have enough left for one pair of On Cloud Ultra Pros.
Yes, for sure. So, but yeah, I think ultimately it was a good day for the boys, and it was good having the whole community there. It's fun having your kids be able to see stuff like that.
Yeah.
Be around it's just normal that all of our parents just casually dropped at least a 20 banger today.
Yeah.
Like, where else do you get that?
And they had fun the whole day. Like
Yeah.
your kids were having a ball.
Oh,
It looked
yeah.
like they were in the mud. They were getting ice cream. They were
Yeah.
by the fire.
I crossed the finish line and they both had cups of ice cream, and it was like 50 degrees, or maybe it was warmer than that. I was cold because it was raining. I was like,
It was 74.
I was like, what are you doing? But yeah,
Kids will be kids, man.
yeah, it was overall glad we did it. I think it was a net positive.
And afterwards, for a couple hours, we just hang out and tell stories by the fire and watch other people come in. Watching Kareth come in, super cool.
Yeah.
She's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be a problem at Javelina for sure.
Yep.
Hopefully she doesn't be.
Man, what a summer fall for her.
Yeah, shoot.
TDS, Hurricane, Javelina. Dang,
That's a good.
that's a lot of racing. Shoot. Short window, too.
We got to discuss the word quiver real quick. How it's becoming a word people use now, which is interesting.
I mean, I've always used quiver. The shoe quiver.
Yeah, I feel like I hadn't seen it till like you started
I
saying
had
it.
not used the word quiver, but the first time I heard Ryan say it, the next week I went into a meeting,
Yeah.
and I totally used it.
Yes.
It's like
It's a
it
good
was like,
word. And I've seen on your boy Scott Jurek. We saw on an ad.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Speedland.
The Speedland ad used
Yeah.
quiver.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say there's a little influence happening, but maybe.
I was shocked.
I don't know.
I was shocked. Truly. I don't know.
Build your shoe quiver.
Build your shoe quiver.
Yeah.
Build it. You need a trail quiver and a road quiver.
Yep. Maybe I'm in between gravel
And
quiver.
then a gravel quiver.
And then just a spare quiver, just in case.
And then a lifestyle quiver.
Yeah, lifestyle quiver.
And then a sandal quiver.
Yeah, the sandal quiver.
You need a
slip-on
post-run quiver, a pre-run quiver, recovery quiver. Lots of quivers.
We need a lot of shoes. I've got like 20 pairs. I got my car right now as we speak.
I think we're getting to the rambling stage.
I think
We are.
so.
It's time to cut it off of
We've
this.
been shivering for over an hour.
You want to shut us down here, Caleb?
With what, like a prayer or something? Or
That would be fine.
do that?
Sure, we'll hit a certain part of our audience.
No, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed listening to Dan talk about CCC and the cool things about France. And then our Hurricane 100K recap. It's been fun.
Hey, the
I don't
boys,
know why he's like busting out laughing.
the boys are back in town.
Back.
It's been a magical week. It's felt like the winter of, I don't know,
2020.
the winter of, before things got chaotic.
Yes, it
It's,
does. It feels just like old
it's been
times.
good. Hopefully some more content on the horizon soon.
Yeah, we got some fun things planned.
We do. And we have some exciting news with some additional brands to release hopefully sooner than later. Still working out the details, but fingers crossed. So yeah, lots of good content,
Things are
lots of
happening.
excitement, a lot of movement, a lot of races coming up. Fall's going to be lit.
Summer's been the slow season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Summer has been rough, but we're
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
About to be 5 degrees again, snowing.
Hide your
icy.
segments.
Hide your segments. That's all we're going to
If you
say.
have a segment, it's in trouble.
Jacob Ford.
Porter.
We're calling you out, bud.
All right, that's it.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Guys.
Oh gosh, I'm so stiff now.
Hey, dude.